Hey, yo, wait, stop scrolling. Let me show you how you can get your quality Sgija vocals, right? Then you make him sound like this. Hey, what up, it's a boy, Mr. Peter. I'm back with another for the boots series. Well, let me show you how I got this out, right? Well, we're gonna switch off the beat. Some layering vocals. Let's turn off these automations. And then I think that's all for this verse, right? I think that's all. So we're gonna also switch, just make it pull up play here. Switch up this also.
I'm taking a man.
So I'm gonna take off these plugins, all plugins, and then he was sounding like this.
I'm taking a mading under ringeya. La musha bili baka songo na mera. Bili zote kazi tendi do badera. Na musindi labu na beto yo badera.
And then let me show you the magic, right? My first plugin here was CLA to A mono. We don't have the auto tune here. He was like, nah, I don't vibe about it. And I was like, fine, relax, I got you on my dog. I can make you hit without the auto tune, right? So like my first plugin here was CLA to A mono. So my favorite plugin from Waves, because it's very, very simple. It doesn't give me headaches. All I do is like I pull up here on my gain, put it on 45, peak reduction on 53, and then my analog is like on off. Make sure this button is like on compressor, not limiter, compressor. And then my high frequency on center 50. And then that's all we did here. And then first plugin, make you listen with and without.
I'm taking a mading under ringeya. La musha bili baka songo na mera. Bili zote kazi tendi do badera. Na musindi labu na
and then without.
I'm taking a mading under ringeya. La musha bili baka songo na mera. Bili zote kazi.
So now already you see the performance, the improvement, the upperment, the levelment. Yo, what up, man? If you're new to my channel, please make sure you hit the subscribe button for me. And then if you like the preset here, just comment preset, and then I'm gonna give you this thing for free, right? So like, yeah, man. Secondly, we went to the F6. On my F6 here, not too crazy though. My frequency, I just prefer crispy vocals with some air type, you feel me? So like I add some air about 4 dB on my highs, and then on my mid here I deep about -5.4, and then I lock out about 185. In most of my vocals I use that kind of EQ, because like I feel like it is best for my microphone. So it depends on the type of microphone that you're using. So on how my microphone be performing, my microphone is so bad. I gotta do too much when it comes to the EQ. And then without this EQ,
I'm taking a mading under ringeya.
With the EQ,
I'm taking a mading under ringeya. La musha bili baka songo na.
Already we so smooth, my dog. And then another EQ, which is like on this EQ here, I add again some air, and then low cut about 19. And then without this EQ,
I'm taking a mading under ringeya.
and then with this EQ,
I'm taking a mading under ringeya. La musha bili baka songo na mera.
My dog. And then we went to the NS1 mono. This is a noise dispenser. I told you my microphone is so bad, so I gotta kill the room sound, the room noise. On my EQ I was clearing the voice, and then this plugin here, it takes the unwanted noise in my room here. I don't know if you get what I mean, but then if I play you can understand what I mean. So without,
I'm taking a mading under ringeya.
and then with,
I'm taking a mading under ringeya.
you see, with this plugin on, it's more like it brings vocal to the upfront, not back. You get what I mean? If you don't, I'm sorry, but then I'll try to explain as much as I can if you let me know. And then my compressor here, I always tell you that if you don't have R compressor, you can use Fruity compressor. Here's my preset. They're all the same. Each and compressor that you will be using, all the same. Just on a threshold, put your threshold on like -8, and then your attack on 35, your release on 100, and then your ratio on 3.01, and then your gain. Play with your gain until you feel like your vocals are sitting perfectly to the beat, not clashing the beat or under the beat. They're moving with the beat. So without and with.
Ish, I'm taking a mading and ringeya. La musa bili baka songo na me.
And then with.
Ish, I'm taking a mading and ringeya. La musa bili baka songo na mera.
And then we go to the radiator. On my radiator here, nothing too crazy though. We just do what? We come here on the treble. We just put this knob on the first. You see, it's like it doesn't have the points mark here. So like you just skip this first knob here in between. And then without and with.
Ish, I'm taking a mading and ringeya. La musa bili baka songo na mera.
With.
Ish, I'm taking a mading and ringeya. La musa bili baka songo na mera.
You see, we're getting that kind of sound. You feel me? And then, cause like I've done it about sound too many, we got a DS. You can use the Maximus. If you don't have the DS stereo, go to the preset. There's narrow, there's DS. I think, yeah, preset narrow band DS, and then split band DS. I think it's called like that. But then the best one I think is narrow band. And then yeah, we sounding like this.
Ish, I'm taking a mading and ringeya. La musa bili baka songo na mera.
And then the meta flanger, just to add some room size, because like already I took off too many, just to give you that kind of room sound, because like we don't have the auto tune to be hiding too many things here, so we gotta be more creative, right? And then I'm using meta flanger here, which is like I'm using the default preset, and then I just come drop it about 36, and then he's sounding okay without.
Ish, I'm taking a mading and ringeya.
And then with.
Ish, I'm taking a mading and ringeya. La musa bili baka songo na mera.
You see that kind of it's like it's ending the kind of NASA sound. And then the delay, you can never go wrong with Fruity delay. So on my vocals I play about 2 delays. I don't know how many you guys be playing with, but then I prefer 2 delays. So I have the fast and slow delay. This one is the slow delay, which is like my time is like on 8, and then tempo sync, ping pong. My my feedback level is like on 21. Add some 98% of distortion, and then my output tone is like on -28.7, and then you come here, you drop it about 20%, and then he's sounding like this.
Ish, I'm taking a mading and ringeya. La musa bili baka songo.
See that kind of late delay, and then the the doubler 2, or you can use fruity chorus, and then you use the preset CE chorus, and then you come drop it here just like I did. I'm also using the default preset, drop it about 23, and then he gonna be sounding like this just to make his vocal wide and stereo.
Ish, I'm taking a mading and ringeya. La musa bili baka songo na mera.
So I'm gonna switch on the beat here.
I'm taking a mading and ringeya. La musa bili baka songo na mera.
And then after that, we're gonna go to the send. My first send here is H-Verb. I'm using H-Verb here, which is like the preset large verb. That's all I did. And then I just come here, send this thing here, and then drop it about 32%. And then he's sounding like this. You see, the reverb is sounding too muddy. So I'm gonna show you how I done came with the strategy to manage my delay to play how I want it, right? And then after the reverb send, I went to the delay send, which is like I'm using the H delay, I'm using the ping pong here, host, lo-fi, and then here my high pass is like on 213 hertz, low pass on 4.63 k hertz, and then my feedback. That's it. My feedback here is like on 43, and then my dry is like on 55. and then you pull up here, you send, you dip it about 17%, and then he's sounding like this. So to manage my delay here, I came here, let me switch it on, but then let me show you what I did. I came here, I right click here, and then I say create automation. If you press create automation, it's gonna bring you here, and then you can get in here, you play with your automation. See, this is how my automation looks like. So if I play these vocals here, you're gonna hear different types of room size. So I'm gonna play these vocals.
I'm taking a madinga doringeya. La musha bili paka songo na mera. Bili zote kazi tendi do badera. Na musini labu na beto yo badera. Kiba na bastrata. Shiko bora na ba baby zijarata. Niko hanaga. Dima 2000 niko fagaza. The ladies nighty, oranga tighty. Shito jirete funga disco lighty. Ladies nighty, anazi fighty. Shito jitighty kona kase lighty. Dixi nikas kato gaya kas. Tito sura pas. Oranga jazz low kama pas. Na DJ buy sakando farafas. Baby, kata sakera pas. It's the sun in the combat. It's the sun in the combat. 1-1.
You see, so that is where you get that kind of smooth and wavy sound that you want. And then another one, I think here, no, this one is for the ad-libs. So for this preset, I think that's all I did. And then if you want this preset, you can download it. I'm gonna leave it on the description down below. And then if you'd want me to show you how I mixed my ad-libs, you're gonna let me know, and then I'll show you how I did this, and then I'll also give you the preset. But then for now, I just want our main focus to be what? Our lead vocals. And then see you on the next video. Danko is thank you, my fate.
Taking a madinga doringeya. La musha bili paka songo na mera. Bili zote kazi tendi do badera. Na musini labu na beto yo badera. Kiba na bastrata. Shiko bora na ba baby zijarata. Niko hanaga. Dima 2000 niko fagaza. The ladies nighty, oranga tighty. Shito jirete funga disco lighty. Ladies nighty, anazi fighty. Shito jitighty kona kase lighty. Dixi nikas kato gaya kas. Tito sura pas.